Hello and welcome to Web Relates. Today we're looking at the Today I Messed Up subreddit. Our first story is by Ductoid. Today I messed up by accidentally buying 109 pounds of grapes, and things just went downhill from there. The store I shopped at last week had a special on grapes, $2 a box, but no way to weigh the boxes. They have the kind of scale that hangs from 3 chains, and the boxes didn't fit in them. So I got 4 boxes of grapes, large boxes. I wanted them to make a batch of wine. For $8, it was a steal. The first thing I did after leaving the store was get the shopping cart stuck in a rut in the parking lot, and I couldn't pull it back out. A stranger helped me out. Then I got home and was able to weigh them. A 5-gallon batch of wine uses 50 to 80 pounds of grapes. I had 109 pounds. Oops. Okay, so I hand-pressed the grapes through a rack meant for cooling cookies. 3 hours later, I have enough mash to fill my 5-gallon fermentation bucket, and there are still more than half the grapes in my fridge. I decided to embrace the screw-up and made jam with one of the cases. I was at least happy to have a reason to use that no/low sugar pectin I bought a few years ago. 4 hours later, I got 22 pints of jam. 2 quarts didn't fit in the canner. I just tossed them in the fridge with screw-on lids. But the rest is all set for the pantry. But none of it actually gelled. The directions said it might take a few hours or overnight to get thick, but nope. The pectin must have been too old, 2018. I'm gonna have to unseal all the jars and recook it with sugar and can it again. And I still got like 30 pounds of grapes in the fridge. So I decided to turn my canner into fermentation bucket number 2 and make 5 extra gallons of wine, with the brilliant idea that I can use some of the ungelled jars of grapes to top it off, since I'll be a little short, and that will save me some reprocessing time with the jam. 4 more hours of hand-smashing grapes and that bucket's full, or almost. I do have to top it off with the liquid non-jam jam. I figure I'll start with the 2 quarts from the fridge that never got sealed. I grabbed them from the basement. What the hell? They aren't liquid, they are full on jelly now. The bastards gelled up in the fridge, so now I realize I can't use them, and can't use any of the others that are still liquid at room temp, because I can't have my wine gelling up if I refrigerate it. Somewhere in there, I realized the store gave me a senior discount for being over 60, which I didn't ask for, and it's not a store with a loyalty card where they'd have my birthday on file. The cashier was just like, yeah, this one's obviously over 60. Don't need to card her. I've been 60 for like 2 weeks. That was especially demoralizing because I'd just been trying on dresses from my closet to see if they still fit for an event I'm going to this Wednesday, and was feeling smug because they did fit, and I was thinking I look good in them. I was specifically thinking I don't look anywhere near 60. Pfft, wrong about that. I look old. I got a call from the event host today asking where I was. I wrote down the date wrong. The event was yesterday, and I missed it. And I need to buy either more grapes or more juice to finish the second bucket of wine. Third Eye Boobed has commented, "They write math problems about you." Shame, sounds like OP had a bit of a rough go of it, but at least she's got something to drown her sorrows in. Our next story is by Correct Lifeguard. Today I messed up by accidentally teaching my niece to yell, "Bastard!" and knock male visitors in the balls as a greeting. My niece is a lovely little girl and suspect a future kickboxing champion in waiting. More ferocious than any lads her age I know. Unfortunately, while play fighting, she hit me in the balls and I yelled, "Bastard!" in reflex, and because being hit in the balls hurt. Told my brother about it and he laughed at me. Niece then yelled, "Bastard!" and punched my brother in the balls. We both ended up doubled over in laughter. Unfortunately, my niece has learned to greet my brother's male visitors this way. So any time a land buddy comes over, they get "bastard," followed by a toddler trying to hit them in the nuts, and the reaction so far seems to encourage her because it's hard not to find hilarious. She only seems to do it to people she knows in our mutual circle, i.e. my brother's friends, who she sees as uncles, etc. My sister and his mother-in-law blame me for teaching her this new greeting. His father-in-law finds it hilarious, but he's the only one she's not done it to. He is torn between the girls and his dad. My parents called me an idiot for encouraging it. Our mutual friend circle is trying not to laugh about it either. Our next story is by Wing Sufficient. Today I messed up by eating pizza. This happened a couple nights ago, and I still can't get over the shame and embarrassment I feel. I, 23 female, invited a guy, 24 male, over to my place in hopes of getting some intimate time with him. We have been friends for years, and I have always had a crush on him. Things were going well because I worked up the courage to kiss him a few weeks ago. He seemed happy about it. A couple hours before he came over, my roommate and I ordered pizza. Something about the smell seemed off. I didn't eat much of it, but I chalked it up to just being nervous about my crush coming over. Then, I meticulously tidied up my entire house. My roommate was excited for me, so she helped me out. I spend an hour getting ready. I want to be smooth, fresh, clean, and beautiful for this man. I felt like a goddess. I was going to wow him off his feet. He comes over, and everything is great. We are watching a game and cuddling. I was in heaven, over the moon. This is what I had been waiting for. We had a couple drinks. We enjoy our time together for about an hour. And then something terrible happens. I make a break for the restroom. I barely make it as I empty the contents of my stomach into the toilet. However, my body didn't just stop at what was in my stomach. I couldn't stop dry heaving. It's loud. My roommate later told me she could hear me throwing up from her closed room, across the hallway, and with headphones on. This goes on for 20 minutes, and I think I'm going to die. This is it for me. I hear a knock on the restroom door. He came to check on me, asking if everything was okay. I quickly reply with, "Yes, I'll be right out, I'm sorry." I spend another 10 minutes in the restroom, willing my dizziness to go away. I come back out, and everything was fine for a little bit. I apologize, and we resume cuddling. I can tell he's worried about me. I sipped on some water. All I could think about was how terrible I felt in that moment. He wears this cologne, and I normally love how it smells. However, in my food poisoning-induced crisis, I couldn't stand it. Every inhale was a war inside of my body. After about 10 minutes, I run to the restroom again and start to dry heave. That water I drank, all gone. My stomach is purging the devil from inside my body. Everything burns, everything aches. All I can do is rest my head on the toilet seat and close my eyes. He comes to check on me again after about 25 minutes. He's getting really worried about me. My roommate knocks on the door now too. She's worried about me. I eventually come out and I apologize again. It's getting late at this point and he suggests that I just lay down and rest. He says he will go so I can just get better. I apologize and we have a small conversation before he leaves. I feel better, but my head is spinning. He goes and I'm left with a literal and metaphorical pit in my stomach. I bloody blew it. I'm never going to recover from this embarrassment. My chances of romance are gone. I feel terrible I made him wait for nearly an hour as I was sick. He messaged me that he got home safely. The rest of the night was awful. I wake up in the morning and my roommate had food poisoning too. We determined that it was from the pizza. I have no idea what to do next. I know he will still be my friend, but I'm afraid my chances of courting this man have died, along with my pride. He's been nice to me so far over messages, but I haven't seen him since. Shame. I'm lactose intolerant myself, so I can almost commiserate with OP on this pizza incident. But as a vast majority of comments on this post pointed out, this dude's been your friend for years. He's not going to abandon you just over this. You're probably going to be okay. Good luck, OP. Okay everyone, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe. And then I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers!